Welcome to the Soapunk TV show. I'm your host Kronos Heartshiner, and my mission is to help you love yourself and realize how magical life can be once you have the courage to do so. And my goal in this episode is pretty simple. If you know someone, maybe a friend, a relative, a coworker who is going through depression, anxiety or panic attack, or if you are someone going through those states, well, please share this video in order for your friends, relative, to understand better how they can help yourself, what's useful, what's useless, because we don't really know what depression is. I mean, most often we think that being depressed equals being melancholic. And as someone who recently came through 2.5 months of a blend of depression, anxiety, and panic attack for the very first time of my life, I came to understand that depression is not what we think it is. So I'm going through the 5 things you should know about depression. And a quick disclaimer, of course, it doesn't constitute any medical advice, and you shouldn't self-diagnose yourself. And yeah, go check a professional therapist, a doctor, if you're going through those states. So first, number 1 thing you should know about depression: it is unique to each. In that sense, whatever I'm going to share with you is unique to my own experience. I'm going to share with you the way I experienced depression, what it means to me, how I felt it, and it might be very different from someone else who's diagnosed as well with depression, right? So keep that in mind. It's very unique, and the experience can vary quite a lot. So when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I was quite familiar with what I thought was depression and what I call now oppression. Is that state where you can't breathe because you feel heavy on your center here, the throat chakra, the heart, everything is compressed and heavy, and you just feel that there is no point in living. And yeah, but it feels like more oppression. What I felt recently for the first time of my life was literal depression, in that sense that exactly like a tap water, which has no pressure inside and it's just like dripping. It feels like my nervous system has no way to conduct the human electricity, if I would say, the energy. There is no energy running because there is no way. I felt so empty. It's like there is no energy rushing. So the state of depression, this is how I felt it. This is how I experienced it. But because I'm not a therapist and I'm not a doctor, it might be as well true that oppression might be as well a form of depression. So keep that in mind. If you know someone who is going through a state of depression and say he or she is depressed, well, the experience may vary, okay? So take it like this. Number 2, it's invisible. And I remember one of my friends once I had in my place look at me and say, "You don't look depressed," because I was smiling and laughing. I say, "Yeah, man, like being depressed doesn't mean I'm sad." And actually, I feel very lucky myself to have the tools to deal with my emotions that I spoke about on my YouTube channel, the Transmunication. I'm very lucky that I had those tools ahead. Because indeed, depression is invisible, and you know about those famous actors and celebrities who may be comedians or looks very famous and happy on the outside. Doesn't mean that they don't experience true, real depression, which is a neurological state and disorder, not something you can see. It's not something you can hide pretty easily that you're depressed. And if you have a friend, if you have someone telling you that they're going through depression, consider that this is an act of bravery from them to be that honest and vulnerable, because I know that most people wouldn't believe me when I say I'm going through depression. They say, "You don't look depressed." Yeah, but I'm going through depression. And I was looking for help, looking for understanding what is going on. I was looking for, to learn from that. Number 3, it's confusing. In the sense that one of the reaction when I said, "Okay, I'm going through depression," what my friend just asked, "Okay, what's happened?" As if there would be a single event that would have triggered the state of depression, which is not the case. In my own case, it's a stack of different events, not necessarily related, which have overstimulated my nervous system. This is at least how I understood it. It's like I'm luckily out of that now. It's been a few weeks. I feel so much better and I feel aligned and balanced. But yeah, it's confusing. It's like there is no, if you ask your friend, why are you depressed? Well, they might not even be able to reply and to tell you why. It's just imagine if you say, well, why are you sick? Why do you got why do you got that virus? Why do you break your leg? It's like, well, man, it happens, you know. It's not something that I'm in control about. And even knowing the cause wouldn't help, because it's a neurological state, it's a physiological state, so it doesn't help to ask why, okay? It's confusing. Number 4, which goes with that, you can imagine if it's invisible, it's unique to each, and it's confusing, it is as well exhausting. So because it's a physical state, at least in my experience, we tend to think that people are depressed because they're melancholic or sad or have negative thoughts. In my own experience, it started from the body being depressed. And when you wake up every day thinking, hoping that finally today will be the last day, having this feeling of emptiness and no energy rushing through my body, or even anxiety and panic attack as I had, it's like I'm feeling great, I wake up in the morning with a smile, and once out of nowhere my heart starts racing and I feel I'm gonna faint. It's like, what's going on? There is no reason. And it is exhausting when it comes day after day after day after day. And this is where, once again, I'm so grateful to know how to deal with my emotions and my mind, because otherwise I can see how you can self-perpetuate that state if you don't allow the body to have that deep rest, which is depression. And I was just like, okay, but it is exhausting indeed. Just imagine breaking a leg, and finally you understand, okay, the body is broken, and then it recovers, I feel better, and then boom, it breaks again. Okay, and then it breaks again, and it breaks again. Yeah, no, your emotions and your mind is taking its toll as well. Their toll is like, it's become taxing. So have that compassion for people who are going and living through depression, please. And number 5, it is scary. It is really scary. It's no exaggeration. I saw that many times in my life, especially in the professional field, when people, co-workers are going through depression, and you have those small talks, you know, like people saying, it's exaggeration, it's someone who is weak in their mind, they just wanted to take some holidays. No, depression is the real deal. If someone close to you came out and expressed the fact that they're going through depression, please take it into consideration. This is scary. Like, you don't know if you will ever go out of that state. And damn, it's something you have no control about. It's not something you can't choose. You're not choosing to be depressed. Another one of my friend, I was sharing with my friend who I'm grateful for my life, because yeah, I went through depression while being extremely grateful for my life. Once again, it's not being negative which makes you depressed, it's the body, alright? And my friend was like, well, but then don't be depressed. And I just laugh out loud. It's like as if that would be something I choose. It's like, no, the fact that I have that I'm balanced and healthy in my mind and my emotion doesn't mean that I shouldn't take care of my body and my body is not suffering through depression. It is scary. All right, so that's it, the 5 things you should understand about depression. And please share that video if you know someone who is depressed. Ask them if it is true. They might give you another complementary information. And if you think that I missed something, well, add it in comments, please. Did I miss something important to know about depression? And if you're depressed as well, share it with your friends so they would understand a bit better your state, because I know this is really hard. So in my own case, I'm extremely lucky because I've been able to use 3 tools that I'm gonna share in the next video if you're interested, about how I came faster than I would do most probably out of that state of anxiety, panic attack and depression. So if you're interested about my little tips and tools, write in the comments, give a like, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for your attention, and if you're going through depression, I am with you. I'm sending you all my love, because now I can say with compassion that I know what you're going through. So hang in there. I love you. Mwah.